2,000 Mules is a scam. If after watching this you're still not convinced, come find me on Twitter and let's talk. We're going to explore a single 50-second clip in 2,000 Mules.
There's one box in Gwinnett County that had a chain of custody document with 1,962 ballots noted on this. And first of all, that's roughly 10 times what we normally see. We sorted through the geo-data, found a few hundred people. Okay, well, that's pretty odd. We have video of all of this. And guess what it shows? 271 people approached that ballot drop box during that 25-hour period. 271. 1,962 ballots were deposited.
Wow.
Here are election officials pulling out of that drop box 2 full duffel bags containing over 1,900 ballots.
That drop box is outside the Gwinnett County Voter Registration and Elections building. This is one of 3 complaints submitted by True the Vote to the Georgia Secretary of State in November 2021. Here, True the Vote are complaining about missing Dropbox video from 5 locations in Gwinnett County.
The missing video from the Gwinnett Voter Registration and Election location is of particular concern. In True the Vote's review of ballot chain of custody records for this Dropbox, we identified a number of unusually high ballot surges, the peak of which was noted across Columbus Day weekend 2020, specifically from Sunday, October 11th, until the morning of October 12th. According to Gwinnett County Chain of Custody records, on Monday, October 12, 2020 at 8:35 a.m., 1,962 ballots were collected, a count significantly higher than any other day during the election cycle. In True the Vote's review of publicly available geospatial data, fewer than 25 unique cell phone devices were proximate to the drop box during the period of time in which 1,962 ballots were deposited.
Fewer than 25 unique cell phone devices? But wait, there's the last line of True the Vote's complaint.
According to the county, no surveillance video is available for this drop box.
That means that if True the Vote thought that the county couldn't verify True the Vote's claim of 25 devices, then True the Vote could have said anything. A month earlier, on the 22nd of October 2021, David Shafer, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, wrote to the GBI.
During the Columbus Day weekend before the 2020 general election, a single drop box received 1,962 ballots, during a time when only 24 mobile devices came within 100 feet of the drop box.
100 feet? This is the ballot transfer form for that drop box that was shown in 2,000 Mules.
Election, November 5th, 2020. Date, October 12th, 2020. Time of collection, 4:30.
This is the actual form for that drop box.
At 8:37 a.m., 352, plus 6 applications, $646 plus 415 plus 543
gives the 962 total. These are the ballot transfer forms for that Gwinnett drop box from the end of September up to Election Day. 10 times what is normally seen would mean an average of 196 ballots collected a day. Whether we consider the number of ballots collected up to and including the 12th of October, or for the whole election period, 1,962 ballots is not 10 times what is normally seen. The 1,962 ballots claim was also made in early April on the Charlie Kirk show.
Here's what we know in Gwinnett County on October the 11th from 7:30 in the morning to October 12th, a Monday morning at 7:30 or so, when they picked up the ballots. Because of the pings, we knew that approximately 270 people went to this ballot box. But according to the
chain of custody
document, 1,962 ballots were actually deposited. Then all of a sudden the video shows up, and now we get to go in and corroborate it. So we sit there and we watch 24 hours of video. Sure enough, 271 people approached that ballot box, and
I know of one drop box in Georgia that's being looked at. The drop box averaged 60,000 ballots a day. Yet over Columbus weekend, 3-day weekend, 19,000 votes were counted. But surveillance shows that only 24 people went to the drop box.
According to the drop box chain of custody figures, in those 2 days, 19,000 ballots showed up in one drop box. This is highly unlikely. And that drop box shows a number of people going there with backpacks, putting a number of ballots in. All this stuff is on video, and it's going to come out.
We need to consider how this information was even disseminated. A clue might be on True the Vote's Open Ink wiki. The Georgia collection includes a presentation True the Vote showed to people in 2021.
These are the kinds of presentations that were given to election officials and law enforcement officials. So we have one issue here called the Gwinnett anomaly.
Here's that slide for the Gwinnett anomaly.
Sample findings: Gwinnett anomaly, Gwinnett Voter Registration and Elections building, device and signal count, 100-foot buffer.
100 feet? We're looking for either 271 or 24. 24. Could True the Vote have used official surveillance video to see 271 people using the drop box at the Gwinnett Voter Registration Building between the 11th and 12th of October 2020? Remember, in November 2021, True the Vote were under the impression that the county had no video for the drop box at the Gwinnett Voter Registration Building. However, 2000 Mules includes 10 videos from that location. That means that the video does exist. For instance, we've already seen the video of election workers collecting ballots from that drop box. These 10 Gwinnett videos from that one location are the only videos in 2000 Mules from the 2020 election. The January 2022 teaser trailer of 2000 Mules contained Dropbox video only from the runoff election in Fulton County. When Greg Phillips was filmed making the claim of 1,962 ballots, the only Dropbox video included in 2000 Mules was from the runoff election in Fulton County. True the Vote first showed video from that Gwinnett Dropbox, and only from that Dropbox, on the Charlie Kirk Show on the 8th of April 2022. The 23rd of April official trailer of 2000 Mules includes 7 acted scenes using a Fulton County Dropbox prop, 28 Fulton County runoff videos, and only 2 videos from the 2020 election from that Gwinnett Dropbox. So, what happened between the filming for 2000 Mules and the Charlie Kirk Show? Gwinnett resident David Cross happened. David had requested Gwinnett County Dropbox video for the 2020 election.
I'm starting to view the Dropbox video. It looks like I can tell the software to find pixels that go near the Dropbox. I hope to have some of the video uploaded this week.
According to his tweets, started going through the video in October 2021. He later tweeted that he was True the Vote's source of Dropbox video for the Gwinnett Registration Building for 2000 Mules.
I found and provided the missing video drive. It's huge and good quality. 6.5 terabyte drive. I spoke with Catherine 2 weeks ago. It is because so much video was missing, or terrible quality. She got the Gwinnett Voter Registration outdoor box from me.
I believe he sent the video to Catherine in late March or early April 2022. Every Gwinnett video in 2000 Mules, that is, the only video from the 2020 election, David Cross found first. Not by pings, and not being told by Catherine how to find mules, but by his team going through thousands and thousands of hours of video manually.
How much does the position of 27,000-hour video searcher pay? You wouldn't be jealous of the 1,000 plus hours I've spent in research.
So, no, True the Vote could not have video for any number of people using that Gwinnett Dropbox, because they didn't have any video for that Dropbox when they made the claims. Finally, did True the Vote have geo-data, pings, or any kind of tracking data to place anyone near the Dropbox at the Gwinnett Voter Registration Building? To answer that, we must first dive into the origin of a new number.
We identified in Atlanta 242 people during a 2-week period.
To find out where 242 came from, and why it's relevant to the Gwinnett Dropbox in the 12th of October 2020, we should have a look at the names of files that True the Vote sent the FBI as evidence of ballot trafficking in Georgia.
Devices within 100 feet of organization or Dropbox by day. Georgia, 279 devices nationwide, October 1st, 2020 to January 5th, 2021.
The 279 was then culled to 242 by looking at patterns of life.
Once we get that and we get those signals, we boiled it down to first 279, I think was our initial
first number in Georgia.
And then we really began digging in and looking at how do we sort of QC this thing and how do we tease out the false positives. So we got it down to 242. And once we got it there, Catherine's mantra to us had been,
You can't be wrong.
yeah, you can't be wrong.
We continue on the trail of 242 Atlanta in True the Vote's November 2021 ballot trafficking complaint to the Georgia Secretary of State.
During the runoff election period, in 6 counties in and around Atlanta, 552,987 cell phones came within a narrowly defined distance of ballot drop boxes during our study period. However, 242 unique devices made repeat trips to drop boxes, averaging 23 trips each.
Further confirmation that in Georgia, True the Vote only measure the runoff comes from their Open Ink wiki.
True the Vote in Georgia. Timeline, November 8. Conceive plan to measure whether drop boxes would be exploited in 2021 runoff election and begin project preparations. March 2021. IMEI numbers of 279 devices identified as of January 14, 2021. This number was ultimately refined to 242.
Remember Gwinnett resident David Cross? From early January 2022, David began posting online narrated Dropbox videos of people with multiple ballots. In Georgia, you may deliver ballots for family members even if you don't live with them, household members, people in your care, or people in your custody.
Possible ballot harvester, Gwinnett Elections Outdoor, October 15th, 2020, 12:57 a.m. Another possible ballot harvester. Possible ballot harvester, Gwinnett Elections Outdoor, October 12th, 2020, 2:11 p.m.
On the 15th of March 2022, David Cross tweeted video of a black man putting 5 ballots into the Gwinnett Registration Building Dropbox.
Again and again, this guy dropped off 5 ballots on October 6th. It seems a bit early for everybody in the household to have received their absentee ballot and filled it out. So sick to find these. Another 5 ballot drop.
A few weeks later, after True the Vote had received the video from David, this man was featured on the Charlie Kirk show.
Okay, let's watch this video here. This is Gwinnett County, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so a white SUV pulls up, middle of the day. What are we looking at here, guys?
You're going to see a voter get out, or a mule get out.
So this is a mule. This is one of your 2,000 that you've profiled?
And,
Yes.
they've got their ballots, and they walk up to the box. You can only fit a couple of ballots in at the same time.
Is this the state of Georgia? Highly illegal to do this.
Everyone past that first one was illegal.
The same video was also used in 2000 Mules.
What you are seeing is a crime. These are fraudulent votes.
Meanwhile, David Cross was submitting ballot trafficking complaints to the Georgia State Election Board based only on Dropbox video that he had found.
Check your email and your mailbox, Brad. You received my complaint on this guy today. Will you investigate? Possible ballot harvester, Gwinnett Elections Outdoor, October 6, 2020, 10:48 a.m. Again and again and again.
My name is David Cross. I live in Gwinnett County, Georgia. I've submitted over 15 well-researched complaints on everything from potential ballot trafficking violations. I'm Investigator DeWeese with the Secretary of State's office. The first case is 2022-054, ballot harvesting involving a white Ford SUV. Complaining sent in video clips of the white SUV approaching the ballot box at the government building in Gwinnett County. I was able to find the registered owner. I researched his home and located 5 legal electors that lived inside the home, and they were all family members. I checked all their ballots in our ENET system, and they all coincided as being dropped in the drop box on the same day as the mail placed them in the video. The 5 electors all lived in that residence at that time, making all those ballots legal ballots.
All those in favor of the dismissal will say aye. The motion carries, and this case is dismissed.
The man seen with 5 ballots who was investigated is Mark Andrews. He's an auditor in Gwinnett County, and his job includes investigating fraud. Soon after the State Election Board meeting, a journalist contacted Mark and told him that he was in 2000 Mules. Horrified, Mark Andrews took decisive action by filing a complaint against every party responsible for creating, promoting, and disseminating 2000 Mules, where the defamatory Dropbox video played a pivotal role.
Plaintiff, Mark Andrews. Defendants, Dinesh D'Souza, True to the Vote, Catherine Engelbrecht, Greg Phillips, D'Souza Media, Salem Media, Regnery Publishing, and John Does. Count 1, conspiracy. Count 2, voting rights violation. Count 3, defamation, defamation per se. Count 4, invasion of privacy by false light. Count 5, invasion of privacy by appropriation of likeness. Count 6, civil conspiracy. Count 7, punitive damages.
In their motions to dismiss, True the Vote made some extraordinary admissions.
Georgia courts have joined other jurisdictions in recognizing a distinction between statements of opinion made on fully disclosed facts, which are protected, and those opinions that imply undisclosed defamatory facts, and therefore may be actionable. Not only did True the Vote not claim any knowledge of other non-disclosed facts about Andrews, but his specific identity was obviously unknown to any of the defendants, and the comments were based solely on the video, which was fully disclosed as the basis for the opinions on the implication of Andrews' actions. The 2000 Mules movie is not about plaintiff. It is a much broader piece of protected speech, nor were the parties' promotional efforts directed toward plaintiff. Rather, they happened to feature publicly available video of an unidentifiable man along with other voters and a great deal of other content. Plaintiff cites the public statement of a GBI investigator who unequivocally refuted the allegations that Mr. Andrews had engaged in illegal ballot harvesting and instead had legally deposited the ballots of his wife and 3 adult children. But this would not be the first time a citizen disagreed with the finding of an official body. One may still be entitled to believe and say aloud that, on the facts presented, a person acquitted of murder is still actually guilty of murder.
Because of the 242 Atlanta being from the runoff election, and because True the Vote had no undisclosed facts on Mark Andrews, such as geo-data, no, True the Vote could not have any pings, geo-data, or any kind of geolocation data for the Dropbox at the Gwinnett Voter Registration Building on Columbus Day, the 12th of October 2020. 271 people, 1,962 ballots, 10 times what is normally seen. Every single number is false. If it hasn't sunk in yet, let me clarify. True the Vote did not match Dropbox video to geo-data. All of the Dropbox video in 2000 Mules is from just 2 counties in the Atlanta area, Georgia. In Georgia, True the Vote only ever had data for the runoff in Atlanta. True the Vote only got their hands on Dropbox video from the 2020 election for the only location shown in 2000 Mules after Catherine and Greg were filmed. True the Vote have no geo-data for the 2020 election in Georgia. Since True the Vote did not provide evidence to law enforcement in the 4 other states mentioned in 2000 Mules, it is extremely unlikely that True the Vote have any data for anywhere else other than for the runoff in Atlanta.
2000 Mules is a scam.
If after watching this you're still not convinced, come find me on Twitter and let's talk.